Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm excited to take you through my research topic that is perception and acceptance of AI-driven loan approvals in urban India. It's a comparative study with traditional lending. So, myself, Shivana, let's start the explanation. So, let me begin with introduction and purpose of this thesis, which I have chosen. So, we are living in a time where AI is influencing every decisions in the industry, that is, including finance as well. In India, the rise in the digital lending platforms has been massive and it's growing at a fast paced rate, especially in urban areas where technology is also growing at the same pace. But lending decisions aren't just about numbers, they involve emotional reassurances, fairness, and clear communications between AI system and human. So that's why I took up this research to bridge the gap between AI, what AI offers and how people perceive it or how people accept it. So, my research problem and objectives were simple. The core question was, can AI driven loan systems be accepted or trusted? But I broke it down into simple objectives like exploring fairness and bias, clarity of communication, emotional reassurances, transparency, and acceptance drivers. So, each of these research objectives are linked back with the research questions as well. So, let's move on to the next part, that is methodology and demographics. Before that, let's speak about literature summary or literature review. Before collecting the data, I did some research on literature as well. The global studies suggest that AI can reduce certain types of human bias, but other studies also caution that algorithmic bias are not inhuman to bias, are immune to this bias and can suffer from the black box problems, that is opaque decisions making, like there is no clear explanations about why the decisions were made. So interestingly, I found in Indian context, there was a little focus on how urban India consumers emotionally respond to AI loan decisions. That's the gap I aim to address in this thesis report of mine. So let's move on to the methodology and demographics. So research methodology I've used is to collect the genuine data. I created a primary structured survey connecting with the research objectives and problems I've found. And I've got responses around 340 valid responses, which gave me both wide enough sample for trends and rich enough personal data for my objectives as well. These each questions were linked to the research objectives, as I've said. Like for example, research questionnaire of fairness and is tied back to research question 1, and transparency was tied back to research question 5. This ensured that the research questions wasn't just random, it was built on purpose. So let's speak about the demographics of the profile. The participants represented a good mix of age, gender, and locations, and digital literacy as well. Mostly, respondents were late 20s and early 30s in India, where the financial stability is questioned by every household. So, in at this stage, the gen after this, let's speak about the gender split. It was fairly split, like 60-40%, we can say, where 60% were yeah, 60% were male and 30% were female. So after that, let's speak about the location mix. That is main topic. So location mix showed that 80% were urban and 20% were rural, which played a counter target role for the 80% urbans who are speaking about how AI can be useful, and these 20% how it is opposite to them. So let's speak about the next topic, that is fairness and objectivity. So nearly everyone in this survey said that loan decisions wanted to the loan decisions which they get are to be clearly explained, and technology is potential, but over half of still felt that human bank officers are more objectives. So in this graph we can see that they believe that AI make a loan decisions, and the bank officers say also have that better ability to make loan decisions than AI. So here we can say that the AI acceptability is there, but at the same time human touch is or human empathy is also required in this aspect. So, in academic insights, we can say that research scholars like Yang Lee, posits that AI can mediate certain human bias inherent in traditional lending. However, the persistence of skepticism among consumers indicates that there has to be continuous validation about these things. So, they people also believe that AI can be free from the personal loan bias from the loan decisions as well than human officers. So let's speak about the clarity and explanation. Nearly everyone in the survey said they wanted a clear explanation uh, about the loan decisions. So over here we can see there is a graph which suggests that 40%, almost 41% of the population wanted a clear explanation about what the decision of the loan was. Whether the loan decision was negative or positive, they didn't care about that, or they cared about it, but they didn't make it as a main point. But they wanted a clear explanation about why their loan was rejected, accepted, what needs to be improved for their loan acceptance as well. So this shows that human preferences is there, but at the same time this explanation from AI could overthrow that trust as well. Maybe in future it could be done, even in future when there is good technology with these preferences, explanations, and transparency. So let's move on to the next one, that is emotional reassurances and emotional reassurances. While confidence in AI capabilities were moderate, it falls short with the trust placed in human interactions. Consumers seek that reassurance beyond mere algorithmic processing. Like it's not communicating with system for AI loan processes. You have to have that human touch as well. That's what this graph shows us. As we can see, the both graphs where they are moderately equal, like 56% and 50%. It's like they want to go hand in hand with AI system, but at the same time, human touch or human officers are critical in these emotional reassurances, personal touch with this AI. That's what it says. Like AI system can be trusted, but at the same time, they want human touch as well. So let's move on to the acceptance barriers or acceptance drivers and barriers. So acceptance barriers and drivers, what are these? So what drivers are important for the acceptance of this AI loan system, and what barriers are stopping them to be accepted from? So quickly we can see that there is quick processing, fairness, that is free from bias, clear explanations, and data security. These are the four main points which are necessary for the acceptance of AI lending systems. At the same time, there are three barriers, that is fear of system errors, that is lack of explanation, and privacy concerns. Fear of system errors comes from the data which is being uploaded in the system, and there might be bias. And lack of explanation, as I said, it's playing an important role in this thesis. And privacy concerns, the data security is a must for everyone in the modern world, and people tend to hide their privacy or never go public. So while AI offers unparalleled efficiency, its long-term success hinges on pairing this efficiency with robust trust building measures that address consumer anxiety and enhance clarity. So next one, let's speak about the transparency and the key findings. So transparency can directly link with the satisfaction as well. People who understand the process were happier with outcome, even if the decisions wasn't in their favor. As I said, explainability, that is what it's playing a major role in this thesis research. People tend to accept their decisions even if it's negative, based on how well their decisions are mitigated with the borrowers by AI systems. So that's what it says. A substantial 80% of respondents believe that AI can be transparent. This indicates that consumers are expecting the AI systems, to operate in openness, and they are ready to accept them in even in their financial decisions as well. So the key insights are: urban India is generally open for the adoption of AI financial services. But however, the acceptance is conditionally deeply rooted in the demand for fairness and human empathy at the same time. So we come to the conclusion, that is what we got from this study and what future developments could be made in the upcoming days or upcoming years. So from this study, I learned that AI lending in India is not about numbers, or it's not about technical issue. It's a human one. It's about the emotional reassurances. It's about the acceptance. It's about the clarity which they get after their loan decisions. So people value fairness, speed, and lack of bias, but they also deeply value the clarity, the transparency, the emotional reassurance, the touch they have with the human officers, or the communication between the human officers rather than the machines. That's what they wanted. So, for AI systems to be fully trusted, they must combine the efficiency of machines with empathy and communication of humans. This research has taught me that successful technology adoption is never only about performances. It's about how you make people feel about with your decisions. So the key recommendations for future were embedded explainability, human and AI synergy that is going with hand in hand, regular audits of the data set which is being uploaded in the system, and robust data security. Give it a much importance for data security as well. Thank you so much. That's all for my presentation for this thesis report. Have a great day.